Ricky Tanner, Leif Garst, bring him down the front straightaway. Green flag flies. Tanner leads him down the back straightaway. The 14 out front. Look at Trukowski on the high side. The 23M on the move.
I'm the last one standing every Saturday.
Leif Garst washed up the hill. Trukowski has to get on the brakes.
Monday morning I see the light again.
Keep an eye on the 78 on the inside. Shannon Anderson. He's up into that 4th spot. There goes Cody Williams to 77. Williams to the high side of Tanner. Oh, little smoke out of the 77 as he went into turn 3. But your new leader, the 77, Cody Williams, and look who he brings with him. From Des Moines, Iowa, here comes the Shark. The 78 is Shannon Anderson. Anderson on a run. He'll pull alongside Cody Williams.
Stone cold sober to just plain stone. Trying to live like my heroes did. Is the hardest kind of living there is.
Side by side, battle for the lead into turn 1. Shannon Anderson gets underneath the 77.
I wish I could find a gear between White Lightning and John 3:16. But girl, I can't promise anything right now. All I can say is I want to change and I'm
Shannon Anderson showing the way down the back straightaway. Cody Williams, the 77. He sits in that 2nd spot. Good run for Tyler Garst, the 53T. 4th spot, the 23, Mike Truskowski, as the field starts to spread out.
But I go from dry to drown, lost a pound, stone cold sober to just plain stone. Trying to live like my heroes did. Is the hardest kind of living there is. Been a tug of war since I was a kid between Jesus and John.
So looking for the green off at turn number 4. Green waves. Here we go. Anderson brings them down into turn 1. Anderson off and running the 78 to 77 of Cody Williams, trying to close the distance. And here comes Truskowski. Truskowski working that high line like he was earlier. And now Garst gets a good run at Cody Williams off at turn number 2.
With a bottle.
Tyler Heinrich.
There was a little bit left, so I picked it up.
Sets the pace. Jeff Trimmer looks him over. We look for the green flag off at turn number 4. Green skyward. Here we go. Anderson into turn 1 one more time.
Oh, I know I'm going to heaven, but I can't go.
Anderson brings him down the front straightaway. Cody Williams sits in 2nd. Tyler Garst 3rd. Mike Truskowski 4th. Keep an eye on that 23. Garst looks to the outside of Cody Williams. He'll take that 2nd spot. So move this 53T of Tyler Garst up into 2nd. And now Truskowski looks to the high side of Cody Williams. What if the 77's off the pace? Out front, though, on in command, the 78C of Shannon Anderson. Anderson leads him down the back straightaway. Here comes Tyler Heinrich on the move. The 25 has cracked the top 5. Anderson down the front straightaway. Tyler Heinrich looks to the inside of the 77 of Cody Williams. Truskowski up into that 4th position As your leader comes off at turn number 4, white flag waves for the Shannon Anderson, the Des Moines, Iowa driver looking for the win. Tyler Garst, the 53, sits in second. Tyler Heinrich in the 25 runs third. Heinrich trying to get that second spot away from Garst. As your leader goes into turn 3 for the final time, we look for the green flag off at turn number 4. Look out in front of our leader. Shannon Anderson picks up tonight's feature.
Got a little warning from the blue lights. It's only going on 9 o'clock, but feels more like midnight. We ain't even turned up the radio. Ain't been 2 miles down.
Race fan Shannon Anderson, give him a big round of applause. All the way from Des Moines, Iowa, made the long haul this afternoon, made it worthwhile.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of moonlight left, already having the time of our lives, and we're just getting started tonight.
Green flag waves. Dustin Thulin out front, the 45. The 21 is Danny Charles. He'll battle with Daniel Harris. Harris, the 07. He'll move into that second spot for the time being. They head into turn 3. Little battling going out back. The 27 of Bryce Frakes gathers the 27 back up. Thulin showing the way, though, with Stewie. Stewie from Family Guy along the ride with Dustin Thulin tonight. Thulin out front. Danny Charles looks to the inside of the 07. Charles makes a good run off at turn number 2. He'll take that second spot. 23, Billy Carino.
We might be all right, but it just gets a little dicey.
Looking off at turn number 4, green flag waves. Thulin leads him down the back straightaway. We come around for lap number 4. Thulin out front. The 21 of Charles second. Daniel Harris got company. The 50 of Holthouse took a look to the inside. Here comes Brian Murphy now. Murphy took a run at Holthouse for that 5th spot. Thulin starting to put distance on the... Thulin putting distance on the 21 of Danny Charles as we close towards the midway point. Brian Rigsby, Austin Charles putting the show on back for 6th and 7th. They just put the 50 of Gary Holthouse. Those two cars are on the move. Looking for the green off at turn number 4. Green waves. Dustin Thulin out front one more time. Curtis Drescher jumping to the high side, seeing what's up there. He'll battle with Jalen Whittingale. Now he falls in behind the 55 of...
Crash going on over there. I don't know if you're going to make it.
115 of Chad Wonder. Caution on the speedway over turn number 2.
Who's it for?
He lights out. Dustin Thulin will pace the field one more time. Right behind him, Danny Charles, that 21.
Oh, they're both right there.
Look out, the 55 of Brian Davidson. 45 of Dustin Thulin out front. Danny Charles. Charles is closed in on the 45 of Thulin. Daniel Harris up on the high side, trying to find a little something, trying to gain ground on your leaders. Brian Murphy, the 1M, sits in that 4th position. Gary Holthouse, the 50. Brian Rigsby, the 12B, battling for that 5th spot. Austin Charles right there with him. Problems for Tony Filbert, the 34. Pulls into the infield. Thulin working his way down the back straightaway. Thulin has now been a lead over the 21 of Danny Charles.
34F is
Caution on the speedway, turn number 4. Sets the pace. Jeff Trimmer looking him over. We'll look for the green flag. Thulin leads him down to turn number 1. Brian Murphy. Thulin and Danny Charles. 2-car breakaway. Charles makes a run at Thulin. Thulin holds on to the top spot. They'll come down the front straightaway.
W's off.
Thulin leads him into turn number 3. Danny Charles, Brian Rigsby, Brian Murphy, Curtis Drescher, your top 5.
okay. As soon as they go across,
Okay.
this one you can say what click.
Thulin down the front straightaway. Laps winding down here in tonight's Northern Sport Mod. Main. Thulin leading from the green flag on. Danny Charles right behind him. Good run for the 12 of Brian Rigsby. He sits in that 3rd spot. And the white flag waves one more time. Here in our IMCA Northern Sport Mod, Main, the 45 of Thulin looking for a little redemption after last week's race. And he's going to get it. They go into turn 3. Off of turn number 4. Here comes to the checkered flag, and Dustin Thulin picks up tonight's IMCA Northern Sport Mod Main. So Dustin Thulin, the 45, picks up the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Main. Good run for the 21X of Danny Charles. The 12 of Brian Rigsby will be 3rd.
423.
Flying Brian Murphy comes home 4th, and last week's feature winner, Curtis Drescher, comes home in that 5th spot.
X is lead.
Robert Garst
W is the weenie.
out front.
Did the regular 15 make it?
Anthony Myers, the 26. We look for the green off at turn number 4.
315 up there.
Robert Garst. Gary Myers. Garst the 9, Myers the 26. Marvin Griffith, the 75M, the 5K of Herrick. We look for the green off at turn number 4. Green skyward. Here we go. 3 wide, 4 wide down the front straightaway. Garst out front. Marvin Griffith. Then it's the 5K of Herrick. Brian Rigsby right there with him. Bring him around for lap number 1, the 9. Robert Garst will lead that lap. And here comes Rigsby. Rigsby up to battle. And we got him piling up down there in turn number 2. Safety lights out. Here we go. Robert Garst will bring him off at turn number 4. Green flag waves. Here we go. Down to turn one.
Start at 2.
Robert Garst. Casey Walken looks to the inside of Griffith. He thinks better and backs into the third spot. Jason Park on the move a little further back in the field. Out front the 9, Robert Garst. Here comes Casey Walken. Three wide, a little further back in the field. You got a battle for the lead. Here comes the 35 of Casey Walken. Walking to the inside. We look for a good start. Jeff looking them over. We'll look for the green flag. Green waves. Brandon Concrite looks to get around the 60 of James King. He'll take that 4th spot. They go down into turn. Oh, hold on, James King. Nice job. Everybody keeps moving. Good job. We'll stay green on the speedway. Casey Walken leading him down the back straightaway. Robert Garst, strong run for him early on as he sits in that 2nd spot. Here comes Blake Peeler. Peeler on the move in the 292.
Start at 5.
Down the front straightaway, Casey Walken in command. Robert Garst sits in 2nd. Brandon Concrite has run the 25C up to that 3rd spot. Walken out front. Concrite starting to close the distance between him and the 9 of Robert Garst. Garst, Concrite, Marvin Griffith, and Dominic Tifo, your top 5. Blake Peeler working his way up through the field. He currently sits 6th on the outside looking into your top 5. But Casey Walken flexing his muscle here towards the halfway point. Good battles throughout the field. Steve Herrick having a battle back there with Matt Haid towards the back of the field. Brandon Concrite trying to close in on the 9 of Robert Garst. Casey Walken down the front straightaway. Brandon Concrite takes that 2nd spot away from the 9 of Robert Garst. Put the 24 up in his 2nd. Now Garst tries to get a run at him off at 2. Not happening. Here comes Blake Peeler.
Goddamn, Brian Rigsby's flying.
Blake Peeler working that high line. Any higher, he's going to stop at the concession stand, but he's on a move. Down the back straightaway, Walken on the run. The 24C, Brandon Concrite. He wants to caution.
White flag.
This next one.
White flag. 27 is taking out the 12.
Look out. Problems here on the front straightaway. Caution on the front straightaway.
Went in.
Green waves, here we go. Green, white, checkered coming at us. Marvin Griffith off the pace. Down the back straightaway they go. They'll come to the white flag this time by. White flag waves for the 35 of Walken. Concrete trying to close the distance. Not going to happen here in this final lap. Peeler side by side with Robert Garst. They go into turn number 3. Peeler making that high line work. And here he comes off at turn number 4. The 35 JW picking up the feature win. Casey Walken. So your top 5, the 35, Casey Walken picking up the stock car A main. Brandon Concrete, good run for the 24C. Comes home second. Blake Peeler brings the 292 home in third. Fourth goes to Robert Garst. And the 5 of Steve Herrick. Herrick will be your 5th place car. Good run for Herrick as he went to the back early on.
Probably, that's what I had.
One more time, race fans, give a big round of applause for the 35 of Casey Walken. Danny Holt, the 7D. Jared Rogers, the 44. We look for the green off at turn 4 one more time. Green underway. Holt working that low line. Here comes Jared Rogers on the high side. Steven Bowers working his way through the field.
Here we go.
Good battle up front. Problems for Rodney Schweitzer. He slowed. Schweitzer pulls the 74 to the infield. Down the back straightaway, Jared Rogers. Out front.
I missed like 4 there. It's going to go up.
Danny Holt sits in that second spot. Third, Scott Brown. The 81 of Tom Charles, fourth. Grabowski and Bowers battling for that 5th spot. Okay. Rogers looking strong here early on, the 44. Out front, Danny Holt, the 7D. Hey. Caution on the speedway, drive shaft over in turn number 4. Stephen Bowers Jr. right behind him, the 87 of Darren Fuqua. We're green and here we go. Into turn 1, Rogers. Here comes Danny Holt to the inside. Holt checks up, Rogers drives back by. Grabowski gets to the inside of Tom Charles. He sets his sights on the 30, on the 11 of Scott Brown. The 30 on to move. And now Darren Fuqua on the move. Working that high line. Tom Charles, Stephen Bowers Jr. having a good battle. And here comes 3 wide down the front straightaway. Look out, Jeremy Chambers coming to a stop here on the front straightaway. Jared Rogers, the 44, sets the pace. And we look over off of turn 4. Green flag waves. Here we go. Jared Rogers into turn 1. Danny Holt looking to the inside one more time. Holt trying to get around the 44. Rogers holds on.
That's something coming off.
He's Scott Brown, Jordan Grabowski, and Stephen Bowers Jr. all battling for that third spot.
All right, I missed.
3 of Derek Brown
Oh, we didn't miss the same one.
off the pace, and he looks like he's heading to the infield. So Brown off the speedway. Jared Rogers out front. Bowers thought about going 3 wide, the 30 of Grabowski and the 11 of Brown. Thought otherwise. Good battle back there for that 4 spot. You had Darren Fuqua, the 77 of Bowers, the 11 of Brown. Both cars clear. Brown, Fuqua up to that 4 spot.
Oh, shit, he just got all that water.
Yeah, I know. I did. Fuqua trying to get around the 30 of Grabowski. Good show back there with those guys. The 7D, the 30. And the 87 all having a good battle. Jared Rogers, you don't know what you're missing behind you. But he sees the 44, Chris Flower, in front of him. He'll pull off. Rogers bringing him down the front straightaway. Laps winding down here in tonight's A main. Fuqua gets around the 30 of Grabowski. And now Fuqua on the march. He looks along the high side of Danny Holt. As Rogers brings him down for another lap. Here comes Grabowski. Grabowski battles up for that second spot now. He'll go around the 7 and the 87. Here comes Stephen Bowers Jr. as well. Good racing throughout the top 5, and now Tyler Fry's getting in the mix.
Damn it. Yeah, I just screwed something up this game.
Rogers, your leader, but he...
On the front straightaway.
22 of Clay Hale off the pace. Out front, Jared Rogers, laps winding down. Problems for the 55 of Tyler Fry. $17 laps down, 3 remaining. Jared Rogers out front in the 44, 16 down, 4 remaining. Rogers, here comes Grabowski to the high side. Fuqua right there with him. Here he comes on the high side. The 30 of Jordan Grabowski, the Beatrice, Nebraska driver, out front. Jared Rogers trying to hold on to the top spot. And here comes Fuqua. They go down the front straightaway, side by side, battle for the lead. Grabowski gets around him. Here comes Fuqua. He'll look to the inside. Splits him down the back straightaway. New leader going into turn number 3.
Okay, after they go cross, white flag next lap. Okay. After they go cross.
And they come down the front straightaway. Fuqua.
White flag.
Out front. Grabowski second. Here comes Jared Rogers back to battle with him. And he'll pull away down the back straightaway. White flag this time by the 87 of Darren Fuqua. He was one of the movers last weekend, came up a few laps short. Looks like he's going to put his number in it today. Grabowski's got something to think about it, though, because here he comes. Down the back straightaway they go. Fuqua into turn 3 for the final time. Grabowski makes one more run at him. They come off of turn number 4. Not going to happen. Checkers fly for the 87 of Darren Fuqua. Race fans, how about it? We saved the best for the evening. Best for last right there as Darren Fuqua picks up tonight's IMCA modified win.
I got some.
Jordan Grabowski comes home second. Jared Rogers third. Stephen Bowers fourth. and Tom Charles, your top 5 unofficially, pending post-race inspections. Once again, everybody, thanks for coming out to the new Heartland Park, Topeka.
Yeah.
Mother Nature not cooperating with us real well, but we're glad to get this race in tonight. Glad everybody came out to enjoy it.
Hey, John, will you
There he is, race fans, out of the car. Big round of applause for tonight's IMCA Modified feature winner, Darren Fuqua.
Okay, hold on. Go from the bottom up.
Fuqua driver of the Sun Leasing, big time bail bond, Venom chassis, Driscoll horsepower, number 87, and he'll put a cap on tonight's racing as he picks up the win.
Okay.
And that'll conclude tonight's racing. Everybody have a safe trip home, and we'll see you here next Sunday night right here at the new Heartland Park, Topeka, the big time bail bond showdown.